everybody. We are live coming to you from the beautiful west coast of British Columbia, Canada. Boy, it was hot here today. I'm seeing a lot of mentions of the weather in the comments. People have different types of weather everywhere. Hello, everybody. We'll talk about that in a minute because some of us are headed to Alaska next week, or actually not next week, this coming week. So that's we're going to talk a little bit about that. Yeah, it is hot on the island in British Columbia, that's for sure. My name is Anita. For those, if you're here for the first time, I'm Anita. I've been doing this journey for just over 10 years. I started off low carb, then kind of switched into keto, and lately I've been doing carnivore, mostly carnivore. These are some of my before pictures that you see here. I've kind of changed my life, and it's been such a worthwhile journey. And I'm trying to take as many people as I can on me with this journey, because it has been so worthwhile. It's never too late. I have people that follow me that are, I'm 67. I've got people who are 10 years, 20 years older than me following me on this journey or doing it with me, having great results. I love to hear your stories about how this is happening for you too. But first, let's do a couple of little housekeeping things to get out of the way. Melissa and Bonnie are in the live chat. They are answering like greetings and answering questions. If you've got questions, providing links, that sort of thing, I really appreciate that as well. I see Jason is here and Danny. Hi, you guys. It's so nice to see you guys. A few other people I noticed from the group. I saw Brian was in here. I saw, I can't, they're on the tip of my tongue. I'll get to them. I will get to them all. And thank you guys for being here. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening this week. There will not be a live stream a week from tonight because I'll be traveling on a cruise ship to Alaska with some of the people that are here in this chat, which is fantastic. I know that I saw Danny here. She's going to be there. She's my roommate, my cabin mate. I saw that, well, of course, Bonnie is here. And I think she's going to be like in the cabin next door or across the hall or something like that. So all kinds of people are going to be, there'll be over 300 people on that boat doing low carb, keto, carnivore, whatever proper human diet version they do. I'm there for it. Giveaway. We have a giveaway tonight. I am going to, at the end of this hour, give away these carnivore bars. I rely on these things for travel. I will be taking these very two. Well, actually, someone's going to win these two, but I usually take a set like this with me. One is plain salted. The other one is honey salted. I love them both. The honey salted is not sweet. For those of you that are worried, it does have a little bit of honey, but it's really not sweet. And I like them both. I use them both when I travel. So one of you is going to, have this mailed to you after tonight. Put in "eat meat" in the comments. It's all one word, please. Doesn't matter if it's capitalized or lowercase. And you only need to do that once. If you do it multiple times, our giveaway tool counts it once. So just so you know, you can save your keyboard fingers for asking questions or doing other things. It will keep track of all the entries. We'll draw in about an hour. So stay tuned for that, because I'll need you to send me your information. Speaking of carnivore bars, I just wanted to let you guys know they are coming out with new flavors at the end of June or in time for July 4th. They will be making a big announcement. I know what the new flavors are, but I don't think I'm allowed to say. I think I'm supposed to just tease it. So I'm teasing you guys. Here they, new flavors coming. I don't know what they are, or can't say what they are, but they are coming. So stay tuned for that. And my link will be in the video notes. If you are doing some travel over the summer, these are perfect for airports. You guys, I paid $24 for 2 eggs, 2 slices of bacon, and a decaf coffee at the airport when I went to Tennessee. So with your discount, this is half that price. So, just saying, I would have been happy with that, to be honest. Okay, so let's get this show on the road. Oh, I just saw somebody from McBride, BC. That's a small town, or it was the last time I was there. But yeah, I have been to McBride, BC. So what are we talking? I guess we'll talk a little bit about some summer travel today, because I know we're getting to that time of year. Kids are almost out of school. Maybe some of you are getting together with friends and family for backyard barbecues, cookouts, that sort of thing. I'm getting on a boat with some people here. It is going to be so much fun. And it's going to, I have to fly to Seattle. And then I stay overnight in Seattle, and then we leave Seattle, go up the coast and towards Alaska. We're stopping in, I don't know what order. I'm just saying this out of order. I haven't really looked at the schedule. Skagway is one stop, Sitka and Juneau. So that's up in Alaska. And then when the ship comes back, it stops here in Victoria, BC. I'm not allowed to get off to go home. Well, at least, I can't bring my luggage off to go home. I could get off and go home, and probably will. But, I can't get off here and forego the rest of the trip to Alaska. I have to get back on the boat, go to Seattle, and then fly home from Seattle. It would be very convenient if I could just get off when it stops here, but I can't. Oh, and that reminds me. So I was at a farmer's market last week, and a lady that was she was one of the vendors. She recognized me and pulled me over, and we talked for a bit. She is actually going to be at the Victoria, at the pier, with her table. She sells jewelry like that she makes handmade jewelry. Apparently all kinds of vendors are there to greet the tourists coming off the boat, and she will be one of them. So I told her what day we were getting there, and so she'll be there waving at us. So maybe I can find her again, or she can wave me down or something. I thought that was kind of cool that well, first of all, that she, recognized me, and second of all, that she was going to be at the pier when we all get off the boat in Victoria. So that's kind of fun. Okay, so let's talk about travel. I do have a sheet. Now this was from a couple of years ago. I'm just going to add it to the stage. Nope, that's the wrong one. Let me hang on. Technical issue here. There we go. Summer food tips for travel. So, basically these are the different types of travel that we do. We've got road trips. I went on a major road trip a couple of years ago, and honestly, I did not have a lot of difficulty staying true to my food plan. I brought cans of sardines with me. We stayed in places where I traveled with my son, and we stayed in hotels that had, the free breakfast. And a lot of times it's, continental breakfast. And you know what that means. It's usually muffins and cereal and junk like that. But almost, I think we did stay at a few Best Westerns, and I think every one of them had like unlimited bacon. So we just piled up on the bacon. Some of them had boiled eggs. I wouldn't trust the scrambled eggs. Apparently, those are made with things like pancake batter. So, but if you can stay somewhere like that, if you're, if you're traveling and staying in hotels, that is always a good thing to do. But in this last trip, I traveled from the airport. Like, we went to Nashville and then we drove all day to get to Gatlinburg the next day. And so we made a few stops, and we could get boiled eggs and we could get cheese slices, the Buc-ee's. If you're down in the southern states, man, that Buc-ee's, they have pulled pork and they have brisket. And of course they do, sell them like on buns and things like that. But you can ask for just the brisket or just the pulled pork, and they will oblige you with that. And so we got brisket. It was so good. You can make it work. There's all kind, like, we just didn't have any trouble staying on course here. Sardines are great because they have the pop-off cans, and you can also get some canned beef and different things like that, where you can just pop off the lid, and just if you've got some forks with you, it's easy enough. Yeah, I like it. So let me see what else we have here. So rotisserie chicken is another option. And yeah, I know it's got, who knows what is in some of those things. If you don't want to have that, that's fine. Sometimes when traveling, it's a matter of, picking things that are less bad than ordering, hamburgers and fries, right? Sometimes you just have to make some of those choices. And we all have choice that we can make, and if you can find the real optimal things, that is wonderful, and so you got to do that. Let me see, purse bacon too. Yes, I see purse bacon. I do purse all kinds of things. Purse patties, I used to do purse bacon, but not so much anymore, because I try not to eat too much bacon. I try to go for the sardines or just beef. Strips of roast beef is good as well. Meat chips are good. That kind of thing. We already talked about motels and hotels. Sometimes you can get like the free breakfast, like I was saying. They also do have, in most rooms. I don't think I have stayed in a room yet that didn't have a little bar fridge. And so you can stop at Walmart or, any of the local grocery stores. And, or if you are bringing a cooler in your car, you can certainly bring stuff into your room there and put them in the little fridge. Anything that is perishable like that. Planes are another matter. So I think that a lot of people do bring their own food on the planes. I have figured out. There was a time when it was really difficult to do that. I think that was more during COVID. Now that has loosened up a bit. They will make you, when you go through security though, they will make you dump out any liquids you have. And I haven't had any problems other than with that. Like I've had to dump out my water and then go fill up water again. So I haven't had any other problems with food or whatever. I've brought my carnivore bars. I mean, these are great. They're not like a regular protein bar. They are a complete meal. Like this is a 400 calorie bar. So it is a meal replacement bar, unless you're Sean Baker, and then you'll need two. You'll need two for sure. Or three, I don't know. So yeah, I like to use those. So we are doing a giveaway. So that's just a reminder. We're doing a giveaway. Eat meat. Put that in the comments. We will give away. Somebody's name will be drawn at the end of this hour today. The giveaway keyword is eat meat. Okay, so flights we talked about. gatherings, family gatherings. That's always fun, isn't it? Um, so so here's what I do for any family gatherings. I bring food. I don't care what they're serving or what they say they're serving. I bring something that is shareable. I love making charcuterie boards or just my mom used to just call it a deli platter. Just make some big plate. Deviled eggs is good. Assorted cheeses, oven crisp bacon. People like that kind of stuff. The deli plates that I bring are always picked up. I mean, there's barely anything left usually, and that way I feel like I can bring something. I have myself covered just in case. I mean, have you ever been to an outdoor barbecue and they say they're serving meat and all these other things, and it's like covered in sauces and things you're not sure that you want to eat, and it's just not what you expected? If you bring a plate full of stuff that you have made and what's in it or on it, it just takes the pressure off. The other thing I do is I eat before I go. So, I'm covered that way too. Just make sure you're not starving and make sure that there's something there to eat. You got to take care of yourself. It is nice to sometimes think that somebody else will take care of us, but nobody cares about what we do and what we eat and our health as much as we ourselves do. And so we cannot rely on others to rescue us or to think about us. They've got their own issues and things that they're dealing with. So unless you want to fast through something like this, it always is better if you make sure that you've got your you're just prepared. It's all about preparation, and so whether you're doing that with a camping trip or like when you're getting together with other people to go. Have you ever done that? Where you go camping with other people and this person is supposed to bring that and that person is supposed. I just try to make sure that all my bases are covered and there's always a plan B. And that I never have to make that choice that I don't want to make, and so that's all within our power. For me, it's worth the extra little bit of time and expense to make sure that my needs are covered, and that's just how I do it, and that's how I've managed to stay on course. I'm certainly not a perfect person, and there have been times when I've had to choose from the best of the worst, and that happens. And so you just move on the next day or the next meal or whatever. But yeah, it's all about doing your best. I would love to hear what your favorite tips are for staying on track while you travel. Does anyone have any exciting plans for the summer? I feel like I've already done a lot, and the summer is just barely getting started. Went to Meat Stock last month in Tennessee. That was a whole lot of fun. And now heading to Alaska on the low carb cruise, which I'm really looking forward to. And I think I need to probably take the rest of the summer off after that because I'm going to be busy with other things. And so probably no more traveling, for the next few months anyways for myself. But I would love to hear what you guys are bringing along, how you plan to stay on track for your trips, that kind of thing. So definitely, I'm going to go over to the question area here, and let me see what we have. So before I do that though, eat meat, win some bars, win some carnivore bars. But here, let me just go over here. So We were talking about temperature earlier. Yes, Danny, I saw this comment there. You guys had up to 90 today. It was, I'm not too far from you, and it was excruciatingly hot here. Roasted outside. I've got a fan going in the office here, just because it was starting to even heat up here before we started. So yeah, I feel that, and definitely it is unusually warm. I have a feeling we're going to be probably 20 degrees cooler as we head up the coast this coming week towards Alaska. So this is good. Little cool down. Janet, looking for good tips for water fasting. Recently did a 90-hour fast. Wow. Congratulations. When can I do another fast? Lost 5 pounds and broke a 3-month stall. That's a long fast. So, I mean, that's kind of up to you. I still have yet to do a 72-hour fast. I've been doing regular weekly 48-hour fasts, and I'm finding them really beneficial. I love doing them. I wish that I spent all these years afraid of doing the fast, and when people would start talking about fasting, I would be like, la, 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 I don't want to hear it, because I felt like, oh no, I'm going to feel deprived. I'm going to be hungry, all those things. And, as you probably have figured out from your 90-hour fast, the hunger goes away after you sort of get that initial hunger the first time you pass a meal when you're normally used to eating, and you feel it then. And then by the time the next scheduled meal comes around, it's almost like your hunger has been suppressed. And I think what happens is that your ketones are getting up there, your blood glucose is dropping, and that combination is making you feel satisfied. And so it becomes easier. And I had no idea. And the other thing that motivated me is that I started to think about fasting rather than deprivation. And I got this from reading Dave Asprey's book. He wrote a great book called Fast This Way. And I read that about a month or 6 weeks ago. And that really motivated me to try it and, try a longer fast. He talked a lot about the healing. Ben Azadi also has got some really good videos about healing and fasting and all the things that go on in your body. And so does Mindy Peltz. And it really helps me to keep those in mind. And so I did a sheet. I think I even have it still sitting here because I like to refer to it while I'm fasting. No, I got all kinds of cruising stuff on my desk now. I must have put the sheet away. Here it is. I do have it. This sheet is fantastic. Because what I do when I'm doing a longer fast, and I have yet to do 72 hours. So this is for me doing my 48-hour fast. I put this on the fridge, or I keep it handy on my desk. So when I start to feel a little bit antsy, and you can get this off my website, or you can go back to my lives from a couple of weeks ago. We did a 2-part live on fasting, and it's available in those video notes. But I get to a certain period of time, and I start thinking, oh, I'd like to eat. Maybe I should break my fast. And then I go through this and remind myself what is happening in my body. So what are the things that are going on, and things like at the 24-hour mark, you're starting to heal your gut. You're starting, at the 36-hour mark, you're starting to get new stem cells being built, and your autophagy is eating up all those zombie cells in you, like that, like you're healing. All this healing stuff is going on, and so I find keeping in mind that we're coming from a place of healing rather than a place of deprivation when we're doing a fast. And that is one of my best tips to keep going on an extended fast. But I'm very impressed that you've done 90 hours. I can't really say for sure when you should do your next 90-hour fast. I would make sure that you replenish yourself and re-nourish yourself. Have, maybe in a couple of weeks. I don't know. Like, we're all different. What we don't want to ever do is undernourish ourselves. We want to make sure that we are getting our protein in. But yeah, congratulations for doing that. And maybe in a couple of weeks you'll be ready to do it again, or maybe do some smaller ones and then do another 90. Maybe do it once a month or once every quarter or something like that. So good job, though. Francis, I haven't seen you for a while. You look like you've lost weight since I saw you last. How much have you lost in the last 6 to 8 months? Looking good. Oh, I don't know. I can't give you an exact number. I mean, I go up and down, but I can say that with fasting, I know I'm down a size. I know I've got some body recomposition. So I want to say in the last 6 to 8 months, probably 15 pounds, maybe. I just don't know. I try not to really focus on. I mean, yes, of course, we all want to lose weight. The weight part is important, but because of all the long stalls I've had and the long history of just my past, my patterns and things like that, I'm trying to focus just on the healing. I love what Ben Azadi has been saying lately, that, and I'm really clinging to that we don't lose weight to get healthy. We have to get healthy first, and then the weight will lose the weight. Like we get healthy in order to lose weight. We don't lose weight to get healthy. So flipping that around has been a great paradigm shift for me. And so yes, you are correct. I definitely, I feel thinner, wearing a smaller size. That is all true. I can't tell you exactly how much I've lost, but it's coming off, and I think fasting has something to do with it. Let me see here. Great Dane Lady. I'm 8 days in on Carnivore and using Carb Manager to keep track of macros. Some days I'm high on protein and other days I'm high on fats. I can't seem to find the right balance or grams. Well, you're in early days. I would not actually be worrying about, there is no magic set of macros that is perfect for everybody. Many carnivores don't even bother with macros, especially this early in. I don't know what you were doing before, leading up to this. So I don't know what your body is used to. And I'm not, like you're saying, you can't find the right balance. And what is making you think that you haven't? Is it that you're not feeling well, or that something is happening that makes you think that you haven't hit your stride there? I would suggest that anybody who's new to carnivore, just eat the meat you like and see what happens in the first 30 days. You may not have to worry about tracking. You might be one of those lucky people that can just eat meat and you get the results you want. You feel fantastic. All the right things are happening. or not. We don't know that. Eight days is way too early to be stressing about macros. I think you want to get through that adaptation period first, get used to eating meat only. You know, your body has to get used to it. Then, 30, 60, even 90 days down the road, if you're not feeling like you're making any headway. I don't know I don't know whether you're, trying to heal an autoimmune, or you're trying to lose 20 pounds or trying to lose 100. I don't know what you're doing, what your goals are. So the answer would be different depending on that. But yeah, it seems to me a little early to be working, or to be worrying about getting the correct macros, because there really isn't any exact macros that are going to be ideal for all people on carnivore. Like, it's going to be so different. So just something to keep in mind, and congratulations on doing that, and stay like, keep coming and staying in touch, and keep watching these sorts of things to keep yourself in the game of staying true to this chosen lifestyle. Amy, I've been strict carnivore for over a month with only meat, salt, and butter. Why do I keep getting a phlegmy cough at random times? Could that be a post-nasal drip? I suppose it could be. Some people consider butter to be dairy, and that it could be the butter. It could be a histamine reaction. You might be one of those people that needs to have fresh meats rather than any canned or aged meats. There are different reasons why that could be happening. So yeah, it's hard to know what, I mean, it could be eggs. I don't, well, you said only meat, so I assume then you're not eating eggs, but maybe you're having pork and chicken. Sometimes pork and chicken can be the issue. Like, if you want carnivore to be a true elimination diet, I think the best thing to do is to do 30 to 60 days of lion diet, which is ruminant meats only, water and salt. So there's no butter, no eggs, no chicken, no pork. It's ruminant meats are lamb, beef, bison, that kind of thing. Venison, those sorts of meats. Animals that have multiple stomachs, they're usually grazers, moose, deer, elk, that kind of thing, cows. So yeah, the mono, the animals with one stomach only, if they are eating soy, or they're not pasture raised, we're getting that in our systems when we eat those animals, and some of us are sensitive to that. So try, for elimination, try lion diet, ruminant meats. I have a playlist on lion diet on my channel, so something to check out. It is a good elimination if you're trying to isolate, or you're trying to heal from something that is bothering you, autoimmune, a skin condition, sensitivity, that sort of thing. Phlegmy throat, I don't know. So worth a shot. It's worth a shot to figure that out. I hope that helps. Yvonne, I plan on smoking pork tenderloin, slice it, and put it in our plug-in cooler to have a quick and easy protein to add to meals, cheaper than paying for an extra patty. Yeah, a plug-in cooler is a great accessory for traveling, for road trips, and that is amazing. You can bring it into, if you have a hotel room or a campsite with electricity, you can use that. That's a fantastic idea. And having that meat made up ahead time is great. Like, you can it helps. It just really helps. So thanks for that, Yvonne. I like that tip. Christina, you are glowing beautifully, Anita. Well, thank you. That's so nice. Janice, so on a fast, do you drink anything? Well, I do. Some people just drink water. Some people drink, say, electrolytes. I think a lot of people do recommend electrolytes on a fast. You're getting, those minerals and salts and potassium, magnesium. Some people, I drink my yerba mate tea, and I find that it helps me get through a fast. I have a little bit of allulose in it. Some people would consider that to break their fast. I don't. So I saw a video that Ben Azadi had done, and he said you can tell if you have broken your fast if you have something like, for example, my tea. Some people have coffee with MCT oil or butter. If you have something, and you need to be able to test your insulin, or not your insulin, your blood glucose and your ketones. So he says that if you consume something, you can test before and after. If your ketones are still rising after and your blood glucose is still dropping, you have not broken your fast, according to him. You're still in autophagy. You're still, your body is still doing what you want it to do. If you say have coffee with cream or a sweetener or something in it like that, and your blood glucose goes up more than a few points, and maybe your ketones stop or they stay the same, you may have, there might be a case to say, well, you may have broken your fast there. Certainly, if you eat protein or carbohydrates, I guess, which I don't eat carbohydrates, but for someone who does, if you eat something like that, you probably have broken your fast. A lot of the doctors and the fasting people say that if you just eat pure fat, MCT oil or butter, those do not break a fast. So, it depends on who you listen to, but regardless of who you listen to, test it for yourself. See what's happening. Get a Keto Mojo or whatever is out there that you can test your blood glucose or your ketones and your ketones, and see what happens in my body when I do this. If you just I see a lot of people going, does this break your fast? And the answer is, unless you test, I don't know. I can't look at another person and go, well, it doesn't break my fast, but maybe it breaks your fast, because we're all different. There are people whose blood glucose goes up when they have black coffee. They have said so. They have tested it themselves, and they have said so. So, you've got to figure these things out for your own self, whether something breaks your fast or not. As far as drinks, I know that there are fasting snacks. Dr. Mindy Peltz talks about that, and she says if you have a little bit of this or a little bit of that, it helps you get through your fast, make your fast longer. Shouldn't break your fast, but I would test it. I don't take anyone's word for it. Test it yourself on your own body and see if it does. But I think the other thing to think about ultimately too is, it could help you. Like, imagine if you say at 18 hours or 24 hours, you had a little bit of butter because it just helped you last 36 hours. I think that's a good, whether it technically breaks your fast or not, I think it's a good thing. Like, you've gone through 36 hours with maybe a tablespoon of butter. You've done some really good things for your body. It's not a waste. And so this is why I encourage people, read Ben Azadi's book, read Dave Asprey's book on fasting, read Mindy Peltz on fasting, watch their videos on fasting. You will learn a lot about what you can do in a fast and how you can extend it, and things that can help, and what are all the benefits of why we fast. I think that's probably one of the best things that anyone can do who's doing some fasting or just needs some motivation for fasting. Trishy's for meat. I was wondering if you can give any tips for lion and fats you can include instead of butter. How can you add fat other than what's on the meat? Thank you. Okay, so I did 60 days of lion last fall. And one of my favorite things that I made was tallow, these lion bars that were made with a little bit of protein and a whole bunch of tallow. And they were like my chocolate bars during lion diet. So I did a video on it. I have a playlist with all the recipes, all the things that I did. I basically made very fatty meats, stews with lots of fat, beef shanks, lamb stew, like all of those things have quite a bit of added fat. And then, you consume the fat that's cooked with the meat. And I did really well during that lion diet. I felt really great. And I think everybody, owes it to themselves to try the lion diet for at least a 30-day period just to see how it affects you, if there's anything that it could help you with. Maybe you can figure out something as you add things back slowly. You can figure out things that you might be sensitive to. I mean, I think it's a fantastic thing to try. But do check out my lion bars. Those were one of my favorite things that I made. And I would often, on my plate of meat, I would have a couple of lion bars beside, on the plate. And it topped up the fat made purely from tallow and crispy meat. And it was just one of my favorite things. So check that out. Karen Lee, I did a 36-hour fast last week for the first time and really liked it. Do you just drink water? A lot of people just drink water. I drink my yerba mate tea. I don't do coffee. So one of the good things that happened because of doing lion diet for 60 days last year, I did it in the fall, is I quit coffee for good. I have not drank coffee since then because there's no coffee on lion. And so now I drink a lot of water. I drink like this water here that I'm drinking has some apple cider vinegar in it. So my drinks of choice now are water with apple cider vinegar, yerba mate tea first thing in the morning. That's all I drink. I don't drink any seltzers or any of those other, I don't drink diet sodas or anything like that. I can't really handle the really fizzy drinks. And so the flat water with apple cider vinegar over ice cubes, that's a really refreshing summer drink for me. You could put a little lemon in it too, and whatever. I'm not averse to adding those little bit of extra things in it, and it makes it doable for me. And apple cider vinegar also has other benefits that Dr. Mindy talks about, and Ben Azadi as well. So I'm doing quite well with those as my drinks. Let me see here. But congratulations on your first 36-hour fast. That's amazing. Leslie Scully, how important is grass-fed? Well, that really depends on how important you feel it is to you. There are some people who will only eat grass-fed. Where I live, it is hard to find and it's expensive. And when I have found it, I haven't been that fond of the taste. So I don't know, I feel like if I could find some grass-fed beef that I like the taste, I could afford it, and it was readily available, of course, I would go to that first. Grass-fed lamb is easy for me to get around here, so I have that when I can get it. And I like that, but the beef, not so much. I feel like I don't like the taste of it. I'm sorry. But so to me, it's not a priority. Some people are like, well, you have to have grass fed. I'm sorry, but I'm in the camp of buy what you can afford and what you like, and what is available to you. I mean, we can't all control what we have. I don't like, what I hear about the commercial feedlots and all that stuff. So when I can get, like, for instance, I don't eat a lot of chicken and a lot of pork. It's more of a once in a while treat. So those I definitely try to make sure I'm getting pasture raised, because they only have the single stomach, and so they're not filtering out as much as the beef can filter out with their ruminant stomachs. That's that's kind of how I'm looking at it. So I make sure that, if nothing else, those are, like, I get the organic eggs, I get the organic chicken and pork, because I don't eat a lot of it. But when I do, that's where I will pay a little more attention. But the beef, it is fairly easy for me to get organic ground beef, and I find that tastes good. So Costco sells organic ground beef. Some of the local stores around here sell from local farmers, like the small pasture, where they pasture raise their beef. I get ground beef from that. But as far as steaks, a grass-fed steak to me doesn't taste as good. It just doesn't. And I'm not willing to pay the price for it. So you take that, any way, whatever you want. I don't think it's a make or break thing. I think people should do this the way they can do it and make it sustainable for themselves. Karen, I've done many 72-hour fasts, but I have trouble with refeeding. I've tried different foods to break the fast, or eating one egg and waiting a while to eat again. Anyone have the same challenge or suggestions? So, I've heard Dr. Bickman says if you can break it with meat broth or bone broth is the most gentle way to break your fast. And I know a lot of people who break their fast using some kind of broth like that. So maybe try that, and then an hour later, try an actual solid food. I have, because I haven't done a 72-hour yet, I don't know yet how it's going to affect me, but I do understand what you're saying. And for the 48-hour fast, I seem to be able to eat eggs to break the fast, and that feels good to me. But definitely, when I do my first 72, I'm going to use bone broth to break it, or meat broth, one of the two. Is it possible to fast too much? Absolutely, Luigi. That's a great question. Just like anything else, some of us have that, we have like a little bit of an addictive personality. I have heard of people who get addicted to fasting, and that can happen. So definitely, you want to make sure that over the course of a week, your average day, you're getting enough protein to fuel your body. And so, definitely, I would say that is definitely a possibility. And so you do want to watch out for that. Just Jason Keto, when it comes to fasting, just because some is good doesn't mean more is better. 100%. Try not to get stuck on the same fasting schedule all the time. Switch things up. So that is another really good point. Thank you for that. So just like when you are doing an exercise program and they tell you to switch up your exercises, and you want to do, they call it muscle confusion. It's the same. We want metabolic confusion in our bodies. If you are a person who does, say, one meal a day, and it's the same, you're following the same schedule, or even a 16-8, 18-6 intermittent fasting schedule, you do it identical day after day after day after day, your body gets used to it, and you start getting less results from it because your body has kind of reached that point where it knows what to expect. So every now and then you want to switch it up. So if you're used to skipping the first meal of the day, doing 1 or 2 meals in the evening, like late afternoon or evening, reverse that. Eat breakfast and lunch and skip the dinner meal. Like, just, keep your body guessing. So thank you for that, Jason. We've got a couple more questions, but I do want to just give one last plug before we go to the draw, that we are giving away this set of carnivore bars. Eat meat. Put that in the comments. I'm going to try to get to these questions because I actually did not expect this many questions, but here they are. I want to get through them all. So eat meat. There's 108 people in the draw. So keep putting that in. If this is your first, if you came late, that's what we're drawing for tonight. Elizabeth, when you did high fat, what were your protein and fat ratio? I'm eating all the fatty meat I can and getting only 65 to 70 fat ratio. I don't know how to get 80-20 and keep calories under maintenance. So I did 3 months of 80-20. I did a whole playlist on that, and I did weekly sharing of my meals and my spreadsheet in that playlist. So you will be able to, if you go and find that playlist called High Fat 80-20, something like that, on my YouTube channel, you're going to see everything I ate for 90 days. You're going to see the whole thing, my macros, all of that. That'll be there. So that's what I would recommend that you take a look at. Trish, gifted 5 ketogenic woman memberships. My goodness, thank you for doing that, Trish. That is amazing. And wow, thank you for that. Jason has been in the almost a full year of being in our community. We have some great people in this community. So let's see. Okay, we got a bunch of them here. We have congratulations, Kenneth Zito. Patricia, congratulations. Maggie B62, congratulations. Anne Marie, congratulations. Oh my goodness, you guys. That is insane. Carnivore, congratulations. Wow, that's amazing, you guys. Thank you for that, Trish. And so, you guys, there is no there's no Zoom next week because I'm going to be on the boat. So we're going to miss 2 Zooms. But look for the replays in the member area of the ones we've had lately. We've had some amazing discussions in the Zoom meetings. So look for those. And I will put a schedule up as to the upcoming Zooms for the rest of June. And then we'll be back to normal once I'm back from the low carb cruise. So let's draw for the carnivore bars. This is your last chance to put eat meat. And don't forget, they are coming out with some new flavors at, I think, July 4th. So watch for that coming up. I will let you guys know. And let's do the draw. Who is going to win this? Oh, Christine Pontillo is the winner. So, Christine, what I need you to do is to send me an email. Send an email to ketogenicwoman@gmail.com with your full contact details. I need to know where to mail these to you. I will mail them before I leave for the cruise, and I hope you use them well on any summer travel plans that you have. So thanks for entering. Thanks everybody for entering the draw. All right, let me just check and see if we have any new questions. Sherry Watkins is going to be on the boat with me. Okay, well, you better come and find me if you spot me. Pull me down and let me know who you are. Because sometimes, like you guys, especially you guys that watch my videos and you watch my live streams, you know who I am and you have my name. But a lot of times I don't even know your names because some people have different, they'll have a YouTube handle that's different from their name, or they'll have a profile picture that is different. Oh, Christine, good. I'm glad you're still here. So send me that email, and I'll get these mailed to you. So yeah, thank you guys. Like, I just love meeting people in the community. When I went to Meat Stock, it was so nice when people would pull me aside and they'll go, I was too shy to introduce myself, but you told me to make sure that I introduce myself if I saw you. And so I love that. Like, don't ever feel too shy, because I'm just a person like you guys are, and I need community too. So I'm looking for all the friends I can get in this community, and just love meeting you guys at these things. So I'm very excited. If there's anyone here that is going to be on the boat, please hunt me down. There's like lots of people on the boat, but there's not a lot of people that are, I think it's 300 or so that are part of the low carb part of the boat. So we should be able to find each other. So yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you for saying that. And we are going to have a great time on the cruise. And I will come back, and I'm going to take a ton of pictures. I'm actually going to try and do a little bit of video when I'm there as well. Maybe grab some sound bites from, some of the people that I meet. There's going to be lots of keto and carnivore and low carb, celebrities on the boat. So I will try to get pictures of those people for you all, and just try to, try to meet them and learn as much as I can from those people and pass that on to you guys. So I don't see any new questions in the chat, so I think we will call it a day. And you guys have a wonderful rest of the week is just starting now tomorrow. For those of you that, go to work tomorrow, have a great week, and I'm going to see you guys in 2 weeks. There will not be a live next Sunday because obviously I'll be on the boat. So I'll see you guys in 2 weeks from now, and just have a good time. Bring your questions in 2 weeks. We'll recap everything that happened, and good night to everybody. Love you. Thanks for being here. Good night, everybody.